Alright, welcome back. In this video, we'll talk about lobbying. Alright, so what does it mean? So lobbying is to persuade political leaders to support the group's position. And so interest groups employ lobbyists, so they are hired by interest groups and they will meet face-to-face directly with congressmen, bureaucratic agencies, or the people in bureaucratic agencies to persuade them to do what the group wants them to do. Alright, so some ways that they lobby Congress, they've been touched on already in the previous video, but they provide information to congressmen. So 4 things about this. One is that lobbyists are policy specialists, while congressmen are policy generalists. Alright, so what that means is that lobbyists, this is their entire job, is that they work for this company, so they know, or for this interest group I should say, so they know everything that they need to about this topic. This is their one focus, their specialty. Congressmen, on the other hand, need to know a little about a lot of different things because they have to take votes and make policy on lots and lots of different things. So they are policy generalists. So the lobbyists provide them with this specialized information. It makes their lives a lot easier for them. So this relationship is something that continues to happen today. They also testify at committee hearings when the bill is being proposed and being marked up. They sometimes draft or write legislation, and they pressure legislators, sometimes with more negative, overt tactics like threatening to take away their fundraising support from them. And we know through PACs, interest groups have a lot of influence on policies that get made and through the campaign success that candidates may have. All right, iron triangles. Again, this is where the purpose of an iron triangle is to influence how policies are made and implemented. We know that the 3 parts are congressional committees, interest groups, and bureaucratic agencies. Now, what's important for us to know is that this is a symbiotic relationship. Congress, what do they gain from this relationship? Well, they get electoral support from the interest group. They get implementation of the policies that they support from the bureaucratic agency. So why does Congress do this? Because it helps them get reelected and it helps them convince the bureaucracy to implement policies the way they want them implemented. What's in it for the agencies? Well, they get funding from Congress because Congress has the power of the purse, and they get political support from the interest group, again, so they benefit as well. Interest groups. Why do they do this? Well, they get friendly legislation passed by Congress because, again, they're giving them their input. Congress ultimately makes the bills, and they get regulation from the bureaucratic agencies that benefit the interest group. So you see how each side of this relationship benefits by this close relationship. All right, when it comes to the lobbying courts, this is not done face-to-face by a lobbyist. So sometimes it can be a little misleading to use that term, but I want you to understand the different way that interest groups lobby or influence the courts. It's through 2 main ways. One is through issuing amicus curiae briefs. Remember, those are friend of the court briefs, where somebody that's interested in the outcome of the case but not directly involved in it writes a brief to the court to influence the court's decision. And the other way is through litigation. This is when an interest group would file a lawsuit to attempt to change policy through the court system. So when would this be an effective strategy? Well, this is likely done when constitutional rights are being violated and or when lawmakers are unlikely to change policy. So Obergefell versus Hodges, you have where interest groups really took this case to legalize same-sex marriage because it was not likely to happen at all at the federal level, and they felt that constitutional rights were being violated, and they were successful in getting that policy made at the Supreme Court. Grassroots lobbying is when interest groups go directly to citizens and try to persuade them about an issue. For grassroots lobbying to be effective and for it to matter, though, citizens must then take action. They must do something. They must contact their representative. They must vote in a certain way. Otherwise, their efforts don't really matter. Subscribe if you haven't already. This has been a La Money production.